Impossible, impossible.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Very short kick taken right at the 20.
On the set.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Lightning 18.
Montgomery on the counter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. And I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Let's go now.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Sanders on first down, not finding much of anything there, as he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. Sanders' kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Take it in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the ball is knocked out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there. The Dolphins have a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front.
Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 28 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Sanders now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. The fake punt works to absolute perfection. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll start with the option. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, hold it and got good yardage himself.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's good for an Eagles. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Okay, ready? Mustang 19. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Eagles 6.
Come on, come on. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready.
Back to throw now on first down. He's got Smith here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up first and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This
touchdown, Eagles. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score. Elliott on for the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. Oh, what a juke into space. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 16. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Sanders on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On second down, here's the option.
He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
The Eagles had 6 and 9 to start play. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
They'll look to throw here on first down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Going deep here for Watkins. They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins,
76 yards.
and the Eagles are back within a score.
Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second and 1. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one, so you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it, field goal time.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll have time for 1 play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Here we go.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really... And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is. And I don't know how much that particular play factored in. But with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
18, right in.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Now Hill to return it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started, because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number, and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. He got 29 yards that time.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on it, and they pick up a 1st down.
Touchdown! Miles Sanders, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
Makes the score Dolphins 42, Eagles 21. Jason Sanders.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Okay, great.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And going deep for Hill. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Eagles 21.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown, 47 yards. And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop in behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. This offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Ready?
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. They'll look to throw here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
as expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They'll set up to throw. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points.
And it'll be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10.
Here we go, set.
And they take a knee. And they will take a knee here. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Dolphins, they get an all-important 10th win to move them to 10-6 with 1 week to go.
I'm the best, I'm the best,